Hi Aries, and welcome back to the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus on November 8th, 2022. It's a very physical sign, so I thought I would include what the moon is, or what Taurus rules, what organs are affected. And that would be for Taurus, the neck, the vocal cords, your throat, and your thyroid gland. So it could be, and this would probably just be around the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think, if there's, if something is affected by the moon, it would be around that time. So put your scarves on. All right, let's get started. For the first set of cards of what the full moon is closing out for us, we have a nice 10. So definitely something is being closed out. And actually what I'm seeing here is that we're on to a new cycle, Aries. I have 2 10s and the world. So for me, that's really sort of a bundling up what has been, putting it aside while we are starting something new with the 10s, always the 10s. So we have the 6 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here, and this is looking like we're leaving behind some mental troubles, difficulties, things that we don't even want to think about anymore, things that we're done, we've had enough, we're searching for peace here. There is a new day dawning, in my opinion, as the dusk, as the night ends, the dawn begins. And for me, this is a real feeling of dawn, because we're moving towards some place that is less mental, I would say. It's sort of a reprieve. It's kind of like if the 5 of Swords was the big fight, was the big argument or the big to-do, the 6 of Swords is like, well, let me gather my strength, let me take what I still have, let me go somewhere else with it, find a quiet space, and figure out my next step. Because 6 is always about finding balance. Swords are always about your mental activity as well as actually taking action. And it just seems to me like we've gone through the gamut. We've done it. We've done the whole 9, 10 yards actually. And it's, we're just looking for some peace. I get possible shoulder or neck tension in the shoulders or neck here with you during this period, possibly. You could be holding a lot of tension there around the shoulders and neck area. So make sure that you are loosening up that area. Do what it takes to find some, I would say to find some, to reduce your stress level, especially around that area. There could be possible travel because you have the world along with the 6 of Swords, and so there's a real movement feeling here, so there is some possible travel. You may be moving away from a work situation. You may be moving home, but I feel it's more of a light travel, especially with the 6 of Swords, because we kind of have to come back to the actions at some point anyway. So we still have to complete this. So we're at 6 here, and we have 10, and there's stuff in between. And along with the world card, because the world card is, yes, we've graduated, we're moving on, but there's a few small things we have to do before we move on. My feeling is, though, that you'd like to think about something else for a while. You're kind of tired of this problem or dealing with this particular situation. or these particular situations in your life at the moment, and you'd really like to move on. And so I think you're going to find ways in which to do that. And I say that because you are behaving like an Aries. Perfect, the King of Wands. That's the Aries card for me. And I do feel there's some regrowth here. I feel like if something has been cut off, it might come back around again. Or it might begin to grow again, or you might put effort into it again. Again is my feeling here. And that's probably because there is a situation in your life that has been completed with the World card there. And so we are getting ready to move on to something else. And I think Aries loves that. I think Aries loves a new challenge, a new adventure. That's what they're all about. There might be a Cancer around. I'm picking up Cancer energy. And I don't know if this is who you're moving away from or moving towards, but there is this energy, my feeling. I do feel like you'll be filled with new ideas for the future, which is really nice. I think you're kind of ready to go, especially since things are closing out here very nicely for you, I think. I also want to give you maybe the time of August, or a Leo type energy, or a Leo type person, as the Leo is really, the lion is kind of coming forward for me. There's a very strong new beginning as you're ending something here. And you could be thinking about travel. You could be thinking about where you'd like to go. You might even be, you might be planning a vacation. Someplace that isn't, someplace very peaceful, someplace where you can rest and just be quiet. I don't think there'll be a lot of activity. I'm not sure that you want a lot of activity, but you could be thinking about places you want to go. Now, whether that's in the time of the Leo, which is August, it still could be something or plans that you're making now. The outcome card is the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Again, the Ten of Pentacles is telling me that there is a situation that is ending as you're beginning something new. But I think the Ten of Pentacles means more, and that's just the 10 for me. But the Ten of Pentacles is community, it's legacy, it's conversation. I think you're being given a sort of, not necessarily a new start, but a continuation of something that kind of gets a new start. The Four of Cups can be a disappointment or a disgruntled energy, but it's also this energy of, here you have an offer from out of the blue. Could come out of from community or family members or people who feel like family. Or it could even just be conversations that you're having with these people, and something springs from that. And I say that because the cups are empty. And so this is a card of saying, it's sort of, this is a remembrance of the aces, the cloud that comes from out of nowhere and offers something. And this is sort of offering you the opportunity to fill those cups with whatever you want. And I think Aries really likes that. I think Aries wants to, they're the pioneers, the adventurers. And so an empty cup is a wonderful challenge for them. And they probably have many ideas of what they'd like to fill those cups up with. And so for me, the feeling with this card is it's more of a contemplative energy of, what would I fill this cup up with? I didn't like that, so I don't want this particular thing. I do like that, I might put that in there. It's that kind of energy. And with the Ten of Cups, or Ten of Pentacles rather, there's conversation. This could even be an internal dialogue, but it can be coming from outside of yourself that starts that internal dialogue. And I do feel like you are pioneering something. I think you're bringing something new into the world that maybe with your own flair, in your own brand, in your own way. It can be something that's been done before. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. But it's in your way, and you're bringing a new twist to something, is my feeling here. And so it's a time to really contemplate how and why and when and who seems to be a big thing here, especially with the Ten of Pentacles there. And again, this can be legacy. This can be things that you have wanted to, present to more than just a few people. The Ten of Pentacles is community. And, that scale is your own, but it's definitely more than one person. So you're kind of leaving troubles behind, I would say. Looking to find, in this case, I feel like it's the right people that match what it is that you want to put out there. So this is a really active time to seek out that information. Let's have a clarification here. So you have a 4, matches the 4 of Cups. It's the 4 of Pentacles. It is about setting up some foundations. And it's about strengthening foundations. On a financial level, you might be saving money or putting money towards making stronger foundations. But again, even with this card, there's still this feeling of kind of being stuck a little bit. And I think that's what the world is trying to say, and the 2 tens actually, because we are moving on and we're at the level of moving on, but there's still some things that we have to do to finish it up. And that's kind of leaves a bit of a dissatisfying feeling. And I would say even with the Aries card, we are great at starting things, and we find it quite difficult to finish things up because we're ready to move on to the next thing already. We have a million ideas and we're ready just to move on to the next big, fun experiment or adventure. Yeah, with the Devil there, we're kind of stuck with something for now. We're being held in place. But this is the card of our own doing. It's our own doing. We're keeping us stuck. We're keeping us in place. And it can be the fear of venturing out at this time. And I would say this... maybe it's not the best time to venture out, but it is not the worst time to get your ideas together and move along on that level. And you have the World again for this card. Same thing. Graduating, but first have to go through the ceremony. First have to get the robes and the cap. First have to... clear up a lot of the little things that we need to move on. So what does Spirit want you to know? Oh, another 4. So this is definitely setting down some foundations. 4 of Wands, rather, is saying that this is a rite of passage. These are the right people at the right time, inviting you in. There are people who think like you, who act like you, and you will find connection. All right? So it's just those little things, those minor things that we have to get through. Also, releasing ourselves from any bonds that we are holding on to ourselves. Very important during this time. All right. So I hope this has been helpful. I'll be back in a week. If you did enjoy this, it would really help if you subscribed, liked, etc. Helps the channel, helps me, and it's a nice exchange of energy. And it is much appreciated. Okay, thanks, Aries. See you in a week. Bye.